Hi everybody. You can't see me, you can only see my hands right now and my surface, but I've been promising to do the front of these cupboard doors with you. I'm not doing a live because I'm not sure how this is going to come out, so this just takes the risk out of it for me. So we can see that I'm kind of set up. I'll explain what we're doing and I'll give you a list of materials at the end so you know if you want to do it, what you need. So I unscrewed the doors from the cupboard. I used a screw gun. We decided, based on the recommendation of Amy, I really liked her idea of doing some kind of stamping or transfer or something on the front of the doors, you know, kind of around the background. This thing right here bothers me. I don't know why. I know some of you may like it, but to me the whole piece is a little more straight lined and simple, and I know it adds detail, but it also kind of makes it dated and it's not super fancy. So it annoys me and I don't know why, but I talked to my husband and he said not only is it nailed on there, but it's really, really wood glued, and when I pull it up, I risk that this veneer right here on this bigger sheet could completely like deface and I could see shredding of veneer underneath, and then I'd have to be sanding and wood filling. And at this point where it's painted, I'm just gonna roll with it. But just so you know, there's ways to like kind of like get past that through in a decorative way, and I'm gonna explain to you what my thoughts are. So if I was to distress this edge and glaze in here and then put my nice fancy hardware on, it would kind of keep the door looking the way it is, but even maybe draw more attention to the decal here. And I think the best bet for me, because I don't like this, is I'm gonna pretend it's not here. Now, we had talked, Amy sent me a picture and I thought it was a good idea of like putting stuff around here. Stenciling or stamping or whatnot. Now I went through, I have probably 12 sets of decor stamps or furniture stamps that are rubber like this. And I found a bunch of different sets and there wasn't anything that I liked. It was either French or a farm animal-y type stuff. Just didn't go with this. But the feeling that I had from the beginning was something to do botanical. That's kind of light, not botanical new age like ferns or anything, but like these are little, they almost look like blueberries, and then a little green plant. I could see that being green, and this one kind of looks like wheat. This one's green leaf, and then this one reminds, I think it's sunflowers or lazy Susan, whatever you call them, black-eyed Susans. Lazy Susans. That's how I've been doing. So anyway, we were talking about doing around, but see, these have a beginning and an end, and I don't like, for me, if I was doing a wreath, like making a sign, that would make sense, right? But I don't want to have them loose up in the air because it would look childish to me. Like I'm just gonna stamp these random stamps. They have to have a bottom and a top. Some of you might not agree, but we're doing it the way I want to do it today. So I decided to put these on here and act like this isn't here. And when I stamp, I'm gonna stamp right up through, up and over. It will kind of camouflage that this, like, I don't want this to feel super important. So I will do some longer ones here and there, just like kind of put a natural scene on this as if this was like, you're looking at it upside down, but as if this was the earth and the plants are growing up and the variation of the landscape of the plant is going to be, you know, scattered, thicker in some places, and pretend this isn't here. Very simple concept, okay? It's going to take the draw away from this, and then also when I put that hardware on, which I don't know if you remember, it's very beautiful and shiny, it'll be like, here's the hardware, here's the sky, here's the earth. And I might even do these on the sides. And then my end result is, after it's all dry, I'm gonna distress it and I might do like a top glaze over it to kind of wash it out a little bit. I want it to look vintage, and I want the flowers and the plants to look vintage. So, long story, I'm using these 3 colors. Miss Lillian's No Wax Chalk Paint in French Country. It's basically a darker variation of this color right here, but it has a nice contrast. I mean, complements. This is the one that has the contrast. I always like to do a low light, a highlight, and a contrast. This is my highlight, but it also complements it pretty well. Southern Vintage Buttercream. Some people say it's a dark like cream, but it's not. It's like a buttery yellow. And then I'm using her clay base line, Marshmallow. I would have used chalk paint here too, but I just didn't have it handy. It's not super white. It's a little like creamy, like sweet cream is a good way to describe it, but it's pretty bright white. I'm using these 3 colors because they go with the flow. They're gonna complement each other, but nothing's gonna stand out. When I stamp, I try to go light on the stamp because I want it to be reminiscent of. I'm not trying to do a thick 80s stamp of paint, okay? So we're gonna get experimental here together. My general rule is, if I'm gonna choose to do this one French Country, I'm gonna stick it through French Country. I am not going to do French Country 2 stamps, wash the stamp, then do it buttercream. Then I think in a landscape, if you were to see this plant would be pretty much same color throughout, right? So I'll use these 3 colors and I'll vary what I do. This also limits how much waste I have, how many times I have to wash stuff, and then I can keep it simple and do 3 brushes. The only thing I wanted to say, oh wait, I wanted to look, hold on. I'm looking for a different color I just thought of, hang on. I'm adding one more. I have this Martha Stewart color. Oh no, it's too yellow. Oh, hang on, I might have it. I'll just stick with what I got. That's close enough. Okay. So let's get to it. I'm going to do the French Country for this stamp. I'm going to do this guy in yellow. I'm going to do this guy in yellow. I'm going to do this one in white. I'm going to do the 2 tall ones here. I'll do these 2 in white. Okay, that's how I'm going to separate. Now, I tend to get myself confused. I did want this not to be so dark, and I'm afraid it's going to dry dark. So I'm going to mix a little. Wow, that was way too much paint. Don't be a paint waster like me. Okay, I'm going to cream it out. I do a lot of this. A lot of this custom mixing stuff, but I don't want it to be too abstract there. So yeah, you can see it didn't make too much of a difference, but enough where it'll just put a little pop of color. That's good for me. See it on there? You'll still see it. Okay, perfect. So, you know, you're supposed to mix for quite a long time, but I can tell it's mixed really good together. Miss Lillian stuff mixes really well together. Okay, there's lots of ways you can do this, people. You can, I'm going to separate my stamps so I don't get confused. I'm going to practice on cardboard. You can, all right, never be disappointed with a stamp. Know ahead of time. There's grooves, there's variations in the levels of depth of the paint, in the wood, okay? You're never going to get a perfect crisp stamp. If you're looking for perfection, this is for the faint of heart. I mean, not for the faint of heart. So Also, we have these things, I forget what they're called, but they're plastic clear, and you mount the stamp on it and then you can press. It keeps an even keel. But honestly, it's completely pointless when you're doing things on wood and like this, because, well, I'd only be able to use it here and here. You can't stamp. It wouldn't go in the grooves. I'm using my hands because I'm going to go like this. Yeah, it's going to be messy, but whatever. You can touch it up. Okay, so I will do this one first. I like to go, when I'm layering, I think this one's a little taller. So I would do this one, and then after it dries, I would do this one on top of it, a different color. So go with your taller plant first. Hi, Ella.
I need to get something for Dad.
Okay. My family's going to be in and out because, you know, we live together. All right, so first one I'm going to do is this guy. And I'm going to do it this pretty French country. I'm going to take a little paint, not much. I'm going to tap it off on the sides. And I'm going to go over the stamp. I'm not a professional stamper by any means, but I believe that people say use a brayer because it puts the paint on nice and even, blah, blah, blah. Do you want to wash your brayer? No, I don't. So what I do is I just do the best darn job I can do. I'm doing so much variation here that honestly it would just be so pointless to use a brayer. Okay, I put my paintbrush down, and then the key with stamping is to hold it. Oh, I already moved it. Lay it down, push, 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 and all the points that stick out. Hold it firm in one place though, so you're not moving anything all around, and use your other hand to get the raised parts down and pull it up. You can see not looking so good in some places, so maybe I need to do a little heavier of a paint. But the reason I'm doing this color first is it's got the least contrast, so I kind of get to practice. All right, I'm gonna roll with it and layer it back up with paint. I hope y'all can see me. I'm gonna check just to make sure. Oh, good, you can. All right. Get back in here, get the paint, get it up. Now, why do I love these stamps? Oh, let me just tell you. I'll show you some different variations in a minute. Okay, here's one. Drop it. Hopefully I didn't slide it. Push, 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 push. Push the paint down on the bumpies. Get the details, hopefully not blurring. And pull it up. Let me see. Oh, you can't even see it. Just enough. I don't know if you guys can see it. Let me look. Nope, you can barely see it. Okay, well, it's very faint. I'll get a close-up of it after. You'll be able to see more of the contrasty color. I probably shouldn't have greened that out so much. I mean, whitened it up. I should have left it darker. Let's move on to the next one. I don't want to do that one. I want to do a brighter color so you can see it. All right, let's do the yellow. Southern Buttercream. Okay, this one's a little bent. So after I washed and dried this one, I put it on a paper towel, and then somehow I rolled it up. I don't even remember the story. I was moving it and I set it down somewhere for like 2 weeks, and it dried bent. So I'm gonna have to wash it with warm soapy water and put it in a paper towel between books. All right, so this is a nice bright color. Technically, I probably shouldn't go over that blue right there, but I'm gonna live on the edge and do it. Yeah, I'll give it a little bit chance to dry. I'm gonna go over here with it. Push it gently down. Push, 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 push. Pull. I'm sure you can see that one. Now in the end, they're all gonna look like almost like watercolor. And hand painted, and that's what we want. This isn't perfection here. And you can use these. Oh, I get so off track, guys. Sorry. Haven't eaten much today. I'm a little loopy, but just so you know, you can use these on fabric. I use them to make signs, on wood signs. You can use them on your clothing, because you can actually use chalk paint on your clothes if you want to do something totally awesome. With a stamp you could, or I'm sure many of you have ruined your clothes with paint. Chalk paint's no different. I'm gonna do one risky up here. It's hard because it's already bent. Whoops, I could feel it slide. Boop, 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 boop. Tricky one. Okay. I love it. Okay, see, for me, it already gave me more of a level playing field because I did not like this thing. I was talking to my friend Crystal today. She's a customer, but we've become friends over the last couple years, right? We talked about this piece, and I said, I want to take this thing off. She's like, do it. I'm like, well, my followers like it. People are commenting, oh, I like it, oh. But see, for me, the guilt comes in if I want to please people, but my gut instinct on this piece was to rip these off. She's like, you need to go with what the furniture is telling you to do, which is what I always do. I always go with what the furniture and my gut is telling me, but I felt like I was in a process, and I'm taking you guys with me. I'm gonna just kind of connect this plant stem with my paintbrush. That's the beauty of paint. You can do whatever the heck you want. All right, let's do a white guy. I'm thinking this one here. And it's going to go off the page a little bit. So yeah, Crystal, I thought came home all strung, and I was going to do what I wanted to do. My husband said, we can make it happen, but it's going to slow you down. And I said, nope, these people have waited long enough for me getting this thing done. Okay, here's another one. White. I went faint on it. White over. Gosh, makes me nervous. Okay, I'm pulling it. Yeah, so pretty. So pretty. They start to overlap. They start to look not so alone in the world. So natural. All right, I like this blue wheat color. Before my blue paintbrush dries out, I'm going to do another one. You'll see it better because I'm going to contrast it over the blue. Over the yellow and the white. And I'm going to do it low, like this. No, I'm not. Just kidding. I'm going to do it right here. It's going to add texture. Can't see it very good. It's kind of bumming me out, but that's okay. All right. I'm wondering if I should add another color then if you can't see it. Maybe I will. That didn't hurt anything, so I'll leave it the way it is. Okay, I found this green paint that I'd used for another project. We're going to do this one. It's actually Miss Lillian's milk paint. Hi, honey.
Hi.
Let's see if the green works good on this color. What you doing?
I'm getting Dad something.
What?
It's like this long black plastic thing. I don't know.
It's on the floor, Dad said.
Oh yeah.
Everything's a mess in this kitchen because, well, it's my crafting space right now, and also it's a mess because we decided to switch dishwashers. We have 2 dishwashers in our house, and we brought one up the other end, so this one's like half installed over here. All right, let's try creamy green. That might not be enough contrast either. I don't know, man. Oh yeah, perfect, perfect. Okay, so I am gonna wash this blue one because I love this green. It shows, but it's not too much. Okay, and I'm gonna do another green one while I got it going. Do you need help, Ella?
No.
Does Dad know that nobody would see him? He could come down here if he wants.
He didn't know yet, but I told him.
Oh, okay. I'm going here with it, but I'm only gonna do a little piece like this. No, I don't want it like that thick. I'm gonna go here with it, like it's coming out, and just do the top. And I'll do here. Nice. I want this just to come out a little bit on the top here. Okay, we need a white guy. I keep saying white guy. I want to sound prejudiced. We need a white flower. We need a white man right here. So what are you guys doing for projects? Let me know here. I know a lot of you are up to projects because you're messaging me questions. You're buying the paint. Some of you don't have young children and have lots of time to do stuff like, I don't know, reorganize stuff, projects. And some of you are like me and still have no time. Even though we have time, we have no time. How does that work? I almost feel like I have less time now than I did before. All right, this is good. See, it's a little lighter in here, and I got one little pop of color here. I'm gonna continue to layer the different colors while I'm talking to you. While that sets for a minute, oh, is there another yellow one? Yeah, I'll do one more yellow. While this color is setting, I'm gonna show you the different stamps that I have. I think it's good for you to see what's out there because I feel like they're not all in one place right now. So when you look online or on Amazon or wherever, you might not see all that's being offered. Also, I'm gonna do a little peek coming out there. Also, you ever want a custom sign made, it's good for you to know what I have, or a tray or a door hanger. I'm working on a door hanger right now that I'm gonna put up for sale, but that I'm gonna give everybody the opportunity to buy everything from me and we can do it together at home next week. It's just taking me longer than I thought to get it done. Go figure. All right, so they're filling in nicely, I think. Okay, so this is gonna be my door hanger. I stained it gray. It's flat right now. I'm gonna do something that says home in fancy letters with the E scrolled out and the H scrolled out. I might even do some half floral, like a half wreath and a half wreath top and bottom painted on of like something like this, and put a huge bow on the top, like a big gingham bow, and then hang a big gingham bow up here, and then hang something on it so you can hang it from your door. But these look really cool if you put your number, like my house number is 427, big 427 with also a wreath made of flowers and then a huge bow. Really, lots of ideas there. So let me know if you want one or I can make you one. I'm going to show you the stamps. 25 minutes? I've been talking to you guys for 25 minutes. Blah, blah, blah. Probably sick of me. Okay. I don't know if you're going to see these good. These are the French ones. Lots of roses, bows, little Frenchy type symbols. These are from Prima. Here's the farmhouse ones. It's got a chicken. It's got the, I forget what those are called, the cress. It's got different cress. Little farmhouse in the middle, little French crown. No, that's an English crown. This is the English one. Little horse and wagon down there and a fox. More French. I liked the keyhole thing at the top left-hand corner. Might be right-hand for you guys. More crest. You can tell I was really into French like 3 years ago. Oh, there's the decor stamp packaging. You can see, like, look, they even did it on their wall. That's a wall. Pretty amazing, huh? And then I bought a distressed stamp, a huge one, so I can distress things that look new. I have a crackle stamp, so I can do a crackle print on things that I want to look old. Here's my animals. Those are huge. Of course, the letters. I love these letters. And then lastly, I use these a lot, pattern play. I thought about doing something with these on this piece that we're working on. They're like 3 by 3 inch squares. 1, 2, 3, maybe 4. And I was gonna pick a pattern, like say I picked this one. I was going to maybe do it on the side of the piece, like here. Or maybe that whole square I could do and distress it. I'm gonna go vintage paint job on this one, obviously. Okay, while I'm holding it, I might as well show you what I'm doing. I wish I had something at this angle so you could watch it this closely, but my head would be in the way. I'm almost done this one. I just want to fill in here on the bottom a little bit. But I like the height. I don't want it too busy. It's cute. I'll get the hardware so you can see what it's going to look like. There it is. See how pretty this will be with the hardware? Hi, Ella. Imagine that. Pretty. All right, let's do a couple more together. And then you can sit tight and I'll do this last door by myself. And then I will distress it, probably glaze it, and all in front of you. What are you doing now?
I'm still coloring my donkey, which is soon going to be a unicorn.
Your unicorn donkey. Wow, wish I had one. A little here. I like little pops of stuff to come out. And then I need some green in here. So let's get back to this. Oh, I was gonna wash this one. You know what? I'm not. I'm just gonna layer up the green. So I'm gonna try to get this piece done today. I'm gonna post this in a few minutes and I'm gonna try to get this done today. Green. Green. Where's my other green? I love this one. I think I've said that 10 times, but I do. There we go. So why you haven't seen me is because I told you I didn't know what I was doing here. And also, I've been doing homeschooling during the day, and which I love, spending time with the kids, mostly Ella, because Carter just doesn't need help. Thank gosh. I don't know if I could deal with teaching his stuff. I'm not smart enough. But because I just am swamped, you know, trying to get all this stuff done for custom, I'm not working 40 hours a week. I'm homeschooling, so I'm trying to get the work done at night. It's really a lot. I want to paint clouds up here and put a sun in the corner like a child. All right, so I think I'm done this one. I think there's enough balance of white. This is what I like to do. I see white everywhere. I don't want it to be cookie cutter, but I got a couple yellows, a couple highs here, some green, subtle green. I think it's really pretty. So I'm going to turn it around so you can see it. Let me dry my hands. While everything's wet, I'm going to do the other door. I don't know if you guys want to watch me do it or not. I think you might be getting bored of me. So I'm going to do it on my own. Hope you can see it. It came out cute. And then I'm going to distress it with you guys, glaze with you guys, and put it all back together. Then take a look at the piece and see what else we need to do to it. Have a good day. Bye.